Hi, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Rochelle, and I am from Oregon in the United States.
Nice to meet you and welcome to Japan.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Is it your first time to visit Japan?
Yes.
So first of all, what's your first impression of this country?
Oh, wow. It was amazing. Tokyo, first day, very overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff. But now, a few days in, I'm very comfortable and I love it here.
Actually, what brought you here? Why did you choose Japan as your travel destination?
I've always wanted to come here, and I came here with my brothers, and one of them has already been here and it's his favorite place. And so he always wanted to go on a sibling trip together to Japan. So that's why.
Is it the first time you travel with your brother?
Yes.
A good travel partner is difficult to find.
Yeah.
What do you think about traveling with your brother?
Well, I'm 10 years older than them, so I can boss them around. So it was fine because they have to do what I say.
So he listened to your order?
Yes, they do. But he was kind of our tour guide because he knew where to go. He kind of told us what to do.
What surprised you the most here?
Everybody is very polite. Way more polite than the United States.
Really?
Like everybody is always thinking of other people. And it's kind of opposite where I live, where everybody thinks for themselves. So I really like that. It's very refreshing.
Do you mean Americans are relatively rude?
It depends on where you live, but yeah, I live in like an area that I guess is a little a little bit like that. But there are parts of the United States that are very nice.
So the biggest difference?
Oh boy, I don't even know. Everything is so different. Yeah, probably just the consideration, like on the subways, everybody's quiet, everybody's like moving out of the way for others, and like nobody wants to be a bother to anybody else. So I think that's probably the biggest difference that I've noticed. I've tried to watch what people are doing and copy them. So I've noticed people put their backpacks on the front when it's busy. So I see them and then I'm like, I try to do the same thing and just kind of always stay out of the way. But yes, it's very quiet. And my brother actually, when we first got here, he was telling us to be quiet. He's like, you have to be quiet, you're on the subway. And so I was like, oh, sorry.
Because you are very loud, usually.
Yeah, we're loud people.
But you're behaving very well.
I'm trying to. I don't want to be a bad tourist. Another thing is, it was so hard for me to walk on the left because we drive on the right.
Yeah.
Now I'm good at it, but it took me like a whole day of almost running into people before I finally remembered to walk on the left. My friend is half Japanese, and so she told me some things like in the bathrooms there's no towels to dry your hands and to carry something to put garbage in. So I was prepared.
How many days have you been in Japan?
When did I get here? I got here Saturday.
Saturday?
Yes, just last Saturday. So I'm here like less than a week. So I didn't get to stay that long. But my brothers are here for almost 2 weeks.
Ooh, what did you do in Tokyo?
What did I do? I did the street cart racing. The little go-karts and you wear the costumes. And then I did Team Lab Planets.
Wow.
And then yesterday I walked 13 miles and just around Tokyo. And so I've been walking to shrines and getting my stamps. Now today I'm going to an owl cafe to like feed the owls and pet the owls, which I'm very excited about.
What's the car racing experience? Did you wear the Mario Kart costume?
Yes, but I was a red panda.
A red panda?
Yes.
Was it fun?
It was so fun. My brothers said it was one of the best things they've ever done in their lives. And so it was really cool. I was scared a little bit, but it was fun.
Can you tell me why did you walk 30 miles?
Because I had so much I wanted to see. Since I'm not here that long, I wanted to see as much as I could. And so yesterday I walked Ueno Station. I don't know did I pronounce that right?
Ueno Station, yes.
Yep. And the park there. And then I went to the area by the Sky Tree and that big shrine.
Yeah.
I went there. Oh boy, I went everywhere yesterday. The electric town with all like the anime. It has another name that starts with the A, but I can't remember what it is.
Akihabara.
Yes. I went out there and just walked and walked and walked in Tokyo Tower as much as I could see until everything was closed.
You told me you visited Shrine. Do you usually do it in United States?
Like make a wish on something?
Yeah, how you usually do it?
We have some things like wishing wells. Like often if you see a fountain, you'll see a bunch of coins in it. And so it's tradition to like throw a coin in a fountain and make a wish.
Can you tell me one of your wish you are going to make?
I guess I would wish that my brothers have a really good time in Osaka and Kyoto. When I go back home, they'll stay here. And so I hope they get to do all the things they wanted to do.
Do you consider yourself a superstitious person?
I guess maybe a little bit, not overly, but I'll admit I'll do some things, like a little bit of superstition, like knock on wood.
So this is one of your superstitious behavior.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah. It's like you don't want to jinx yourself. So if you're like, oh, I don't want that to happen, knock on wood. It's like, it's supposed to make it not happen.
Interesting. What's your favorite Japanese food?
Oh my gosh, I had the best bowl of ramen I have ever had in my entire life. I ate all of it, even when I was so full, I kept eating it and I had to like go sit down on the street after because I was so full I couldn't move. It was so good.
I believe there are some ramen restaurants in US.
There are, but nothing was like that. We have good ones, especially I live on the West Coast. You know, we have Japanese communities and so you can get some good ramen and sushi, but the place I went to, I think it's a Michelin star restaurant actually. And it was definitely the best bowl of ramen I've ever had. I don't even remember what all I had, but one thing I still want to find is sushi. I have not had sushi yet here. So today I'm gonna look for sushi.
If you can bring one thing to United States from Japan, what would it be?
Oh boy. Well, one thing I wanna find is a robe. Cause like in my hotel room, the robes they give us, it's like a Japanese style robe, which is different than the robes we have for bathrooms, like shower. So I want to find a robe like that.
Like a very traditional one?
Yes, yes. I still have to go shopping actually. I leave tomorrow.
You still got a day?
Yes, yep. That's my goal today is shopping and presents and gifts. I did go to the Warhammer Cafe for the game. My boyfriend's a huge fan, so I bought him a little Chaos Space Marine figurine. But that's the only shopping I've done, so I have a lot to do today.
Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you.
My name is Carl, and I'm from the United States.
Actually, what brought you to Japan?
I currently work here, so my wife and my son and I moved to Japan a year and a half ago for work.
Was that a decision made by your company or you requested?
We requested, yes. We plant Christian churches, and so I'm kind of like a pastor / missionary.
Before you transferred to Japan, have you ever came here for traveling?
Yes, my wife lived here before we got married, and so when we were dating, I came to visit her. I came to Japan about 5 times.
5 times?
Before, yes.
Because of your wife?
Yes.
So at that time, what was your impression about Japan?
Japan, the people are awesome. They're so nice. Japan's very clean. It's very quiet. There's lots of beautiful parks like this. I love Japanese people. They're so welcoming and kind. And the food is delicious.
What is your favorite?
Cocoa curry?
Yeah.
So good. Tabesugiru.
Traveling and living in Japan are totally different.
Yes. Very different.
Have you realized any differences since you came here?
Well, when we first moved to Japan, we had a very hard time finding a place to live because we're foreigners and we didn't speak good Japanese, and so many landlords didn't want to rent to us. So that was a very hard few months trying to find a home. But since we found a home and have gotten settled, we've really loved living here. Some differences from America are the space is very small. I think compared to Japanese people, we have a large home, but compared to America, it feels very small. So that took some getting used to. Other differences, in America, it's easy to just talk to people
Yeah.
But in Japan, most people won't initiate with you. You need to initiate with them.
Do you mean it's much more difficult to make friends in Japan?
Maybe, but I think people have a misunderstanding that Japanese people don't want to be friends with you. I think many do want to be friends, but oftentimes they'll be too shy to initiate. But I think if you're willing to put yourself out there and initiate with Japanese people, then they would love to be your friend.
How did you make your first Japanese friend here?
Yeah, that's a good question. Through sports, I like playing basketball and American football, and so I joined some teams, and so I became friends with my teammates. My wife and son go to a play group twice a week. She became friends with the moms, and then I met the husbands. And so having a kid helps. He'll just toddle up to some other kids, and then I'll talk to the parents, and I've made friends that way.
Would you mind telling me what do you do for a living?
In America, I worked for a Christian organization that taught the Bible to people, and so I get to do that here. I teach people about how to live according to the Bible and then having a relationship with Jesus. That was a big deal for me when I was in college. Really changed my life and gave me meaning and purpose, and so now I get to teach people about that here in Japan.
You like your job very much, right?
Yes, we love our job, but I need to learn Japanese more, I think.
Do you have to use Japanese in your job?
Ideally, I would hopefully one day teach in Japanese, but mada joji janai. Not so good yet.
No, you speak very well already.
No, thank you.
How do you study Japanese?
I go to a language school in Ochanomizu, so I go there 3 days a week. So I'm going there later today.
How do you manage your time? I mean, working on a full-time basis and spend your time on studying and the class.
Yes, I am fortunate that my company allows me some time to learn Japanese because they understand that the better my Japanese, the better I can do my job. And so learning Japanese is actually part of my job. But we live far away from our extended family, like grandparents and my parents and my wife's parents. We don't have much help with kids, and so that takes a lot of my time with a young child, and my wife is pregnant, and so I'm gonna get even more busy. So that's often difficult to balance work and home life. So I'm often sleepy, but it's okay.
Do you have any unforgettable moment in Japan?
I often would get Japanese words mixed up when I would try to make friends. What I would mean to say is "suwatte mo ii desu ka," which is "Can I sit here next to you to have lunch or whatever?" But what I actually was saying was "sawatte mo ii desu ka." One letter can change the whole meaning of a sentence, and so I'll never forget.
Did you say it to a woman?
No. I don't usually approach women without my wife there.
What's something you think you are missing in your life since you moved to live in Japan?
Living far away from family is sad sometimes, but Tokyo is an amazing city. I don't know that there's anything materially that we're missing. Like we can find delicious food and everything, but emotionally being far from family can be hard sometimes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.